still the final boss, Specialized Tarmac SL8 road bike. Well, hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So in this episode, I want to discuss or revisit the Specialized Tarmac SL8 road bike, and also discuss the topic why I still believe that this is the final boss when it comes to road bikes in the 2025 season. So you see, Specialized Tarmac SL8 bike was originally, presented last year, 2024, and as I'm looking at the bike market currently in 2025, I just don't see any other manufacturers, let's say, Trek, Giant, Scott, that they have anything on the market that can still rival this Specialized Tarmac SL8 bike. So let's talk about this bike, and I will dive into the specifications and definitely explain why I still believe this is, the gold standard. This is the final boss of the kind of do-it-all aero road bikes. So you see, originally, Specialized Tarmac SL8 was exactly designed like that, to be a do-it-all road bike, which incorporates a lot of aerodynamic features. So if we start with the frame and the fork on this bike, and specifically I'm looking here at the Specialized Tarmac SL8 Expert bike, which has a retail price of $7,000, or you can get a cheaper version, which is this Tarmac SL8 Expert with the SRAM Rival ETAP group set. This is $6,500, but for this review and experiment, I'm focusing on the Tarmac SL8 Expert with the Shimano Ultegra Di2 group set. So if we start with the frame and the fork on this bike, so this is what Specialized calls their 10R carbon fiber frame and also the matching fork. And of course, there are classical things here like internal cable routing, like the threaded bottom bracket, like the 12mm through axles both front and the back, and all of that is perfectly fine. But what this bike brought to the market was definitely, the so-called speed sniffer, as they called it. So basically at the front of the bike, it was heavily aerodynamically optimized in the region of the head tube, and you can also see how the fork blades are nicely aerodynamically optimized. So all this front of the bike, including the down tube, everything was designed to go as fast as possible in a straight line, and definitely to minimize the drag of this bike. Also, when you look at the rear triangle on this carbon fiber frame, Specialized put a lot of effort here to kind of make the rear of the bike as comfortable as possible. So definitely it's not going to be, as comfortable as some endurance road bikes, because this Tarmac SL8 is always going to be a proper racing bike, so a bit on the stiffer side, but definitely the comfort of the Tarmac SL8 is substantial, and it definitely rides, smooth from definitely all the people who have tried it and used it. And you can also see this dropped seat stays, a classical solution that was first introduced by Giant many years ago, and this nice cutout at the seat tube around the rear wheel, again to contribute a bit on the aerodynamics. So when it comes to this 10R carbon fiber frame and the fork, absolutely stunning, piece of engineering from Specialized, and of course you are also getting here their lifetime warranty on the carbon fiber frames from Specialized. So absolutely there is no complaint here. You can even go higher with these carbon fiber frames if you buy the S-Works Tarmac, which comes with their 12R carbon fiber frame, so a higher level of carbon fibers. But even if you focus on this 10R carbon fiber frame, you can buy it on the open market as a frame set. You will pay $3,500, and still, this frame is 780 grams in some kind of size, I'm guessing 56. So still a bunch of other bike manufacturers haven't even reached those levels of the frame weight when it comes to their, the kind of aerodynamically optimized do-it-all bikes. So that's why frame and the fork absolutely stunning, and the research that Specialized has done into it and their R&D department definitely know what they are doing. Okay, moving on. Handlebar and the stem. Always a big topic for me, because what Tarmac SL8 did here is that on this expert model, they've incorporated a two-piece handlebar and the stem, so separate pieces. Nothing is, super proprietary here. It is an aluminum handlebar, and you get the aluminum stem, but again, perfectly fine, and I'm glad that these pieces are separate, because you can change the handlebar in the future, you can change the stem, you can adjust your position on the bike, so absolutely everything perfect. And also, a nice solution here that the lines for the hydraulic disc brakes are running nicely below the handlebar, then below the stem, and then into the frame set. So again, a very nice solution here, nothing proprietary, although if you are going, to the S-Works models, you will then be faced with this one-piece cockpit handlebar and the stem, but at least on these expert models, you don't have this problem. Also, when you look at the back of the bike, so the seat post and the saddle is a superb body geometry saddle from Specialized. Specialized really knows how to produce these saddles. They are excellent in my opinion, and this is a classical aerodynamically optimized carbon fiber seat post. Always the must-have in my opinion, because this nice carbon fiber seat post always absorbs a lot of smaller road bumps on the bike. When it comes to the group set on the bike, this is a superb Shimano Ultegra Di2 group set. It is electronic, yes, it is 12-speed group set. It's gonna work perfectly fine. It's a stunning group set, and also, of course, no cutting corners here. Shifters, front mech, rear mech, everything Shimano Ultegra Di2. Also the chainrings at the front, double chainrings, definitely something I like to see on road bikes, not a single chainring. So this is a 5236 chainrings at the front, paired with the 1130 cassette at the back, and also the 12-speed Shimano chain. Just a little note here, 1130 cassette at the back should be fine for climbing majority of the mountains, but maybe in the future, if you are upgrading, it is worth putting on 1132 cassette. It just gives you a bit more gear ratio, and if you are attacking any really steep mountains, then definitely that is a beneficial upgrade. When it comes to the braking system, again, on this bike, superb Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes front and the back. I will just mention here superb braking rotors, RT800 braking rotors front and the back, Shimano Ultegra level braking rotors, and also here we have 160mm braking rotor at the front, and Specialized in this occasion is fitting a 140mm braking rotor with the back. Again, just a little tip for the future, I wish that this is also 160mm braking rotor at the back, but this is just a tiny little detail that is very easy to upgrade in the future if you really want. I mean, my complaint is primarily that if you are going, downhill a lot, this rear rotor can overheat, but probably for a majority of applications you won't have a problem with that. Now let's talk about the wheel set on this bike. So Specialized here is using their own Roval carbon fiber wheel set, front and the back. So this is Roval C38. And if you are buying this wheel set on the open market, you would pay approximately $1,000 or 1,000 euros. And this carbon fiber wheel set has 38mm rim height, uses DT Swiss spokes, DT Swiss hubs, and also these DT Swiss hubs are 370 hubs. And in this instance, the internal rim width is 21mm, and of course this is a tubeless ready wheel set, and it is a classical hooked wheel set. So all in, it's a very good offering from Specialized, and I forgot to mention here, the total weight of this wheel set is 1,600 grams. Of course you can set it up tubeless, and I believe that probably out of the box it could come tubeless, but double check with a Specialized dealer. The only complaint I would have here, a small detail, is that I wish that Specialized here is using the DT Swiss 350 hubs, not the 370 hubs. The main reason is that 350 hubs come with the Ratchet 36 system, while on this bike I think they are using a simplified version, which is going to be the Ratchet 18 system. So just something maybe even in the future if Specialized is upgrading, please use the DT Swiss 350 hubs on this level of the bike. All in, as I say, perfectly fine carbon fiber wheel set. It's going to serve you well. And also the tires on these wheels are the Specialized S-Works tires on their own, 26 millimeters wide. I mean, fine, as it is. I wish they are using a wider tire, but again, easy to replace in the future. And the good thing is that this frame and the fork can accept 32 millimeter tires. So one day, when you destroy these tires, I would definitely suggest you to buy yourself at least a 30 millimeter tire, preferably 32 millimeter tires, just because you will get a lot of air volume. You can run it on a little bit lower pressures, and then the whole bike ride is going to be even more smoother. So as you can see, as I was mentioning, the Tarmac SL8, in my opinion, is still gold standard. It is still the ultimate boss, the final boss. And when it comes to these aerodynamically optimized bikes, but do-it-all bikes, so you can do racing, you can do long rides on this bike, it is just stunning. Specialized has really nailed it, and of course the price of $6,500 or $7,000, depending which configuration you are using, is eye-watering price. But I would say it like this: if you have the money, and if you like to even negotiate a bit and drop this price down a bit, you should definitely consider this Specialized Tarmac SL8 Expert bike, because as I see it now on the market, not Specialized, not Giant, not Canyon, I just don't see that they have anything competitive with this Tarmac SL8 bike. So I would be really curious to see and hear your opinions in the comments below, so feel free to leave them, and let's see if somebody during this 2025 season, some of the bike manufacturers come up with anything that can kind of rival this Specialized Tarmac SL8 bike. So this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I'll see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!